Before we begin, we need to ask you something. Have you ever found something in a place you did not put it? Not lost, then found. Found, in a place you had no memory of placing it. A specific object. The same object. More than once. If you have, this advisory is for you. If you have not, listen carefully anyway, because the Bureau's research suggests that for a significant portion of our current broadcast audience, it has already started and you simply have not noticed yet. Recurring Object Advisory. Bureau of Persistent Object Phenomena. Subdivision of Anomalous Recurrence. Classification, Object 4. This advisory was first issued in 1969 following a cluster of 14 reports received within the same calendar month from individuals in 3 different states who reported the same experience. Each of them had found the same small object, in every case a coin, though the denomination and year varied, in multiple locations within their home, over multiple days, in positions they could not account for. The Bureau was established to investigate. We have been investigating for 57 years. We are still finding cases that do not fit any framework we have developed. If you have found an object in a location where you did not place it, and if this has happened more than once with the same object, follow these instructions now. First, do not move the object. The Bureau has found in 41% of documented cases that subjects who relocated recurring objects reported finding them return to the anomalous position, or found in a third location they had also not placed them. Moving the object does not interrupt the cycle. It may accelerate it. Second, do not attempt to discard the object. 29 subjects who have thrown away, donated, buried, or otherwise disposed of recurring objects report that the object later appeared in their residence again. In 12 of those cases, the object appeared before the subject had returned home. We do not have an explanation. We are documenting it. Third, do not mark the object in an attempt to verify that it is the same object. The Bureau is aware that your instinct is to scratch a mark on the coin, to write a number on the back, to verify that what you are finding is the same physical item and not a duplicate. We are telling you not to because in 4 documented cases, subjects who marked recurring objects found the mark present in photographs taken before the marking occurred. We have examined the photographs. The mark is there. We cannot explain this. Fourth, do not give the object to another person. In 7 cases, subjects who gave recurring objects to other people reported that both the original subject and the recipient subsequently experienced recurring object events, the recipient with the transferred object, the original subject with a different object they had not previously noticed. The Bureau has identified 3 phases of a recurring object event. Phase 1 is the discovery phase. The subject finds the object in an unexpected location. At this stage, most subjects assume they misplaced it themselves. They pick it up, return it to a drawer or shelf or pocket, and do not think about it again. The Bureau estimates that most recurring object events end here, dismissed before they can be recognized as anomalous. We cannot document what we cannot receive reports about. We believe Phase 1 events are extremely common. Phase 2 is the recognition phase. The subject finds the object again, in another location they cannot account for. This is typically when doubt begins. They are more careful about where they place the object. They watch it. They begin to notice that despite their care, the object moves. Between Phase 2 and Phase 3, subjects report a period the Bureau has internally classified as the noticing window, a period typically lasting 3 to 12 days in which the subject becomes increasingly aware that the object appears to be deliberate in its placement. Not random. Not the result of forgetfulness. Placed. Phase 3 is the contact phase. We will describe this phase in detail later in this advisory. For now, we ask that if you are currently in Phase 1 or Phase 2, you contact the Bureau before Phase 3 begins. Not because Phase 3 is necessarily dangerous, but because subjects who have reached Phase 3 without Bureau contact are significantly harder to help afterward. Case Object 411. Subject, male, 53, rural property, 1972. Subject found a 1943 wheat penny on his kitchen windowsill on a Monday morning. He placed it in a jar on the counter. On Wednesday, it was on the windowsill again. He placed it back in the jar and secured the lid. On Thursday, it was on the windowsill. On Friday, it was on the windowsill and the jar was sealed and undisturbed and empty. He brought the penny to the Bureau's field office in his county. A Bureau investigator documented the coin and retained it for analysis. The subject returned home. The following morning, he called the Bureau. The penny was on his windowsill. He had not touched it. The Bureau investigator verified that the retained coin was still in the Bureau's possession. Both coins were verified to be 1943 wheat pennies with no distinguishing marks, in identical condition. The Bureau has no explanation for how two physically identical coins came to exist in this circumstance. We still have the coin. The subject's coin is still appearing on his windowsill. The subject died in 1991. His daughter inherited the property. She has been finding the penny on the windowsill since 1992. She did not know about her father's case until we contacted her. Case Object 427. Subject, female, 29, apartment, 1988. Object, a small flat gray stone, approximately the size of a quarter, with no distinguishing features. Subject first found the stone in her shoe, inside the shoe, which she had been wearing all day without noticing. She placed the stone on her windowsill. She found it in her shoe again the following morning. She began tracking its appearances: shoe, coat pocket, kitchen counter, bathroom sink, pillowcase. The stone appeared in a new location every 1 to 3 days. The subject became concerned when she found the stone inside a sealed jar of peanut butter she had purchased that day and had not yet opened. She contacted the Bureau. During the Bureau investigation, the stone appeared twice inside Bureau-provided sealed containers. The Bureau investigator noted in the case file that the stone was always found in a location that was near the subject, always within a room she used regularly, always within arm's reach when she was seated. It was not appearing in storage areas. It was not appearing in places she never went. It appeared to be locating her. The investigator's note reads, "The stone knows where she is." We reminded the investigator that stones do not have epistemological capacity. The investigator's response: "I know that. I'm telling you what the data says." We are now going to describe Phase 3. The Bureau has debated whether to include this in public advisories. We have decided to include it because subjects who reach phase 3 without knowing what to expect consistently report that the unexpectedness makes it worse. Phase 3 is defined as the moment the recurring object is found in a location that requires the object to have had agency. Not misplacement. Not coincidence. A location the object could only have reached if it moved intentionally. Under a pillow while the subject was sleeping. Inside a closed and locked drawer. On the subject's person, in a pocket they had checked hours before. In one documented case, in the subject's hand when they woke, when they had gone to sleep with empty hands. Phase 3 is when the subject understands, not intellectually but viscerally, that the object is not being moved by forgetfulness or coincidence. The Bureau's field investigators describe Phase 3 subjects consistently as people who have stopped arguing with what they're experiencing and have started trying to understand it. We want to say something about Phase 3 that we do not include in standard documentation. Most Phase 3 subjects report that they eventually stop being afraid of the object. They report that it feels, over time, less like a threat and more like a presence. They describe the recurring appearances not as intrusion but as attention. The object, they say, is interested in them. The Bureau cannot confirm or deny this interpretation. The Bureau can confirm that in no documented case has a recurring object ever harmed a subject. It has startled, unnerved, confused, frightened, and persistently occupied the attention of every subject in our case files. It has never hurt anyone. We document this not to reassure you. We document it because it is the strangest part of 412 cases. Whatever the object wants, it does not want to cause harm. It simply wants to be near you. It wants you to find it. Every day, in another location, it wants you to know that it found you first.